that. But he goes, he started going to all the bands from England that he had brought over first, mainly 60s bands, Dave Clark 5 and things like that. And then he said, is there anything you want? Do you like your set? Do you like the stage? And I said, yeah, it looks kind of atomic. It's got a lot of flashing lights. It's a bit disco for me. And, we didn't like disco. And he said, well, is there anything you want? And he said, well, can we hang our flag at the back of the stage? And I think he expected a British flag,
Yeah.
Because the three of us were from England. And, of course, we gave him our Confederate flag. I mean, to us, being English, we're naively, and still is like that, the rebel flag represents rockabilly rebel music in the South, like Ray Campy. When I came over, there really wasn't a lot of rockabilly in America. I mean, you had Robert Gordon on the East Coast.
Yeah.
You had Ray Campy and the Rolling Rock lineup of bands from that label, particularly Ray Campy and the Rockabilly Rebels. And, they had the flag, and a lot of English bands used it, but it stood for acknowledging we're not playing rock and roll from the North, like Little Richard, Chuck Berry, Elvis. Although Elvis is something, but, the hits, the big top 10, 50s things, all pretty much came from the North, like New York, Chicago, L.A., and we said what we're doing is from Tennessee, Louisiana, Mississippi. So that flag is rebel. We're rebelling against the cliche rock and roll, and we're playing what was big in the South. So anyway, he hung the flag up, and he got a lot of flack for it, actually, on it, because it was the Easter weekend that aired. He, but he let us do it. He was, yeah, go ahead, And then right after that, Wolfman Jack had a TV show as well called Midnight Special. Lee was friends with Wolfman Jack, and so we got to be on that. We played live on that as well.
Well, I took them up, baby, for a little walk. Just wanna have a little talk. Just when I got out behind the barn, I heard no from the South. Well, I looked in her eyes with a big air blue. She said, come on, baby, what's wrong with you? Just when I started to feel alright, I heard no from the South. Now when I hear the note going through the trees, stars just trembling in my knees. It blew in on a real good breeze. Yeah, baby, I know from the South. Well, don't know what I'm gonna do. A voice and sounds is up to you. I'm gonna do it wherever I can. Yeah, I know from the South. Well, when I hear the note going through the trees, in my knees. It blew in on a real good breeze. Yeah, baby, I know from the South. Rock it, boy! South. I said, yeah, I know from the South. I said, yeah, I know from the South.
Note from the South, that's Levi and the Rockats. Now, Levi talks about an exciting time to play on the same stage where artists like Elvis Presley, Johnny Horton, and so many others stood before them.
Then immediately after that, Tom Ayers, a lovely guy who used to manage and work with Gene Vincent towards the end of his career, he's from Louisiana, and he arranged for us to be on the Louisiana Hayride, which they hadn't had rockabilly on the Hayride since Elvis did his last thing in like 57.
Wow.
So it had gone dead. So it was a big deal. And Frank Page, who introduced Elvis in 54, retired that night. So we were the last thing of his career that he introduced on the Hayride, which later came out on an rather poor quality album. But, for us, for English boys, 3 of us were from England and 2 from America, and we were really thrilled to even walk on the stage. That, Elvis and Johnny Horton and Hank Williams and all that had played on many, many, many times. Again, we expected them to really have their own appreciation for rockabilly, but beyond Hank Williams and Elvis and George Jones maybe, that was it. When I started asking them about, I said, what about Whaley Fairbairn? He played every Hayride for like 4 years solid, and they never heard of him.
Yeah.
And so, there were some of the old guys there that would remember, but pretty much it was country western and gospel, and people sang about 2 songs at a time, and then they had a break, and then they let us do our whole show, our whole set that we would normally do in a club, which later became the album.
Okay, we're doing a song called Don't Treat Me Like a Dog. Love This Cat. Everybody's heard about your pedigree. The run when you whistle, baby, but not me. No, I'll be a little dog. I can't go for that. Don't treat me like a dog, baby. Love this cat. You got me itchy, baby, scratching like a hound. You're wagging your tail, baby, all over town. So come on, be my baby, curl up on my lap. But don't treat me like a dog, baby. Love this cat. Don't treat me like a dog. We're waiting for the bone. Don't you put me on a leash. Lead me on. Well, listen, pretty kitten, I can't get enough. I'm a cool tomcat, you say no, but the love. Everybody knows it. I'm the new one. I'm the cat. It's gonna show you some fun. So come on, baby, I wanna run with that pack. Don't treat me like a dog, baby. Love this cat. Yeah. Rock it out, boy. Let's go. Baby, but not me. I won't be a little dog. I will run with that pack. Don't treat me like a dog, baby. Love this cat. Don't treat me like a dog, baby. Love this cat. Okay, thanks a lot.
By then, things had really changed. The only thing that was really upsetting about it was we were not signed to a record company. And I now, as I'm older, I understand the logistics of why. And I used to think, because we're playing blues-based stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's still some kind of, like, we don't want to touch it because it's that. It was more, England's like 1,000 years old. When we want to do something, we tend to look back and pick the best of things. America's 200 years old and doesn't want to look back even a decade or two. They want, as far as music business, they want the new thing, the new thing, the new thing.
Yeah.
And we were playing the old thing from 20 years ago that is now gone and been replaced with the Beatles and then replaced with this and replaced with that. And now it's the 70s. Now it's replaced with new wave and disco and all that kind of stuff. So when we made recordings, they would say, like, where do I play this? What do I play this between? It doesn't fit.
Yeah.
And as a form of music, rockabilly has always been underground, always kind of excluded from being in the mix, as it were, since the 50s, mainly because it was blues-based in the 50s. But after that, there was nowhere really for it to fit in. It was very frustrating for us that, we're playing a pure American form of music, that is purely American. It's, apart from blues and jazz, rock and roll and rockabilly, particularly, is the longest enduring form of music that you don't hear on the radio.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And It's like, the Mersey beat sound, it's come and gone. The mod sound came and went. Things come, disco's gone. New wave came and went. Punk's, it's still there, but as far as the heyday of it, it's come and gone. But the rockabilly thing has been solid since the 50s. It's always been, there's more rockabilly than there is rock and roll. When you start to dig and say, what is there? I want to hear as much as I can. You realize that rock and roll, as most people know it, is the tip of the iceberg, and there's this mass of rockabilly stuff. It's not all good. There's a lot of mediocre stuff, but everybody had a go at it in the 50s, and it kept going and kept going. It never went away. It was always underlying, underground. It was frustrating to not get signed, and, we just pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. And admittedly, Levi The Rockats were raw. We were not fancy pickers at the time. It was more the spirit of it and the action on stage and just knocking out the songs that we did. But we could not get signed. And we made 2 singles independently. We made the Louisiana Hayride record that came out on a punk label. But apart from, as far as the mainstream music business, they didn't want to touch it with a stick.
Yeah.
And I realize now that another thing was that because it is blues-based, it's a lot harder for the publishing people because there's that fear, that blues fear. And it's not because it's black music, it's because it's 145 blues-based, my song sounds like somebody else's song, sounds like his song. And, if you get that thing where somebody's already done that 145 thing, so they're published. If I publish it, I'm going to get in trouble because there's all these other songs that have that progression.
Okay, yeah.
They're kind of like the blues, where it's hard, you can't copyright the blues. It's been around so long.
Sure.
It's past 100 years. So, W.C. Handy and all that said, I created the blues or whatever. But everybody can do it. Everybody can do the same blues progression. And it's just accepted as an American form of traditional music. And it's the blues. Everybody can have a go at that progression. But rockabilly they kind of didn't want to go there again. By the time we got to the end of 79, we had pretty much gone as far as we could without being signed. And so we broke up. And that was the end of Levi The Rockats.
Yeah.
Christmas 79 release. Hey, this is Levi Dexter, and you're listening to the Rockabilly and Blues Hour with Jamin James Riley. Tune in and rock out.
Well, I'm getting tired working day to day, getting up at 6, doing what other people say. Sometimes I get depressed and I have to move away, 'cause the only time I'm happy is when I'm rocking on the stage. Yeah, get so excited when I rock. I'm like an atom bomb, baby. I'm gonna drop. My fuse is getting shorter, baby. I'm ready to explode. I get so excited when I rock and roll. Yeah, get so excited when I rock. Yeah, get so excited when I rock. I get so excited when I rock and roll. Well, the life I'm leading makes me feel like a clown. I've gotta get away, I've gotta get out of this town. I'm gonna see the world 'cause I'm too young to settle down. I'm gonna keep a rockin' till they put me in the ground. Yeah, get so excited when I rock. I'm like a neutron bomb, baby, that no one can stop. My fuse is getting shorter, baby, I'm ready to explode. I get so excited when I rock and roll. Yeah, get so excited when I rock. Yeah, get so excited when I rock. I get so excited when I rock and roll, rock and roll, rock and roll. Jump! Get so excited when I rock. I'm like a ton of dynamite that's ready to pop. My fuse is getting shorter, baby, I'm ready to explode. I get so excited when I rock and roll. Yeah, get so excited